this experience hasn't only been my own experience. I brought everyone, educated my children through this, my parents. So my mom is able to even talk to women in more seasoned women in their 70s and talk to them about this, about hair and hair loss. We want to normalize it, and we want to normalize it with information so that people could be like, oh, this is the reason, right? So I think that's really the mission moving forward, to liberate women, to inform them, to speak up, to have conversations with trichologists and say, hey, we want to be treated better. We recommend that this is how you treat the women. This part is left out because you've been so focused on handling men that you forget that there's a sensitive part of a woman, that we need that approach, that connectivity, which means, and it only means, it's not that men are not sensitive, I'm just saying we need details, right? I need to know how many little ding, 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 ding you're gonna hit me on the forehead with. You know what I mean? How many times are you going to stick me? Talk to me about that. Tell me how that works. Don't just do it and walk away. It just really felt like I was a bit disgusted. Like I said, I don't really know what rape is, but I have been. I do remember in high school boys forcing themselves on me one time. There were about 7 boys. And they were forcing them, and I screamed. I was in the bathroom, and they just carried me. And I screamed so loud, one of the teachers came. And of course she screamed, and the boys ran away. But I don't know what would have happened if she didn't come, But it really made me feel like that. Like that feeling of caged in, vulnerable. I felt like I couldn't fight, I can't get away, that forced, like, I don't know why I even compared it to that, but I'm sorry, I have to be honest. That's really what it is. And even when I told my girlfriend that, I told her, I remember saying, I was like, Beta, honestly, I don't know, it just felt like rape, that part, because she wanted to know how would I put it in words, that part of it, that segment of the transplant, that part of that operation. And I was like, I don't know what other word to tell. And she caught me fresh. This was on day 3 we were talking, right? So I was like, I don't know what it is. It just felt like rape. And she was like, Akia Mungu, yes! It was like she just felt freed. I was like, but why didn't you say that before? She's like, who do you tell that to? How do I say that to people? She's like, I was just so focused on my recovery and feeling isolated, So that support is necessary. I speak a lot about finding your squad and your community. I think that's another area that allows me to be able to fill in the gap, right? Because I'm always looking to solve problems. And solving problems is just having conversations sometimes. Really realizing, after I spoke to many women who had been through this same procedure, and empowering them to have the way they felt in that moment when that was happening, in just that short segment, right? What that felt like, really uplifted the conversation, and you could feel the release. Yeah, the deep release. So, yeah. So what next? Yeah, so what next? Oh, should I say what next? You asked me what next? What next? When my hair is exactly 2 inches, because I'm a tenderhead and I can't stand my hair being combed. When it's exactly 2 inches long, I'm getting into data locks. Absolutely.
Greetings, community. I want to thank you all so much for following me and my episodes on our route back home, on my back to my roots, my story of how I lost my hair and how my hair is growing back, and I'm feeling really great and confident about that. And also sharing my story and not bringing you home and telling my story from my motherland is because I also want to extend an invitation to many of you who are thinking of coming to Kenya, looking to impact my community, give back to my motherland, to bring my sisters and brothers home so that y'all could find your own roots, or feel rooted. The whole idea is so that all of us as a community, no matter where we are in the diaspora, we can get grounded and feel rooted in our lives and feel satisfied with life. And give back to our community and impact lives. So thanks again for following me. Thanks again for your comments. Thanks for being easy on me. Thanks for your encouragement. I cannot say enough how grateful I am for the community's support. I would not be able to do this without you. And I know that my story is going to impact many people's lives. And the point is that there are solutions today. That's the whole thing. I really, at the end of the day, I want us to know that we have solutions in our natural hair services, in our natural hair businesses, in serving services of excellence, building community, support, feeling beautiful in our own skin and our own hair. And what more can we ask for? But a thanks, gratitude, and thank you for everybody's support. See you there. See you in Kenya.